Hey guys, it's Lakysha with What's Next. I'm here again in my husband Johnny's kitchen for another quick and easy recipe. I'm going to do a chicken bacon avocado dip. So this is something that you could in fact have as a quick meal or maybe something on the go for a lunch or just something to take with you to an event. Very simple to make, doesn't take any cooking, just a little bit of preparation. Let me show you what we need. The main ingredients is going to be our chicken. We took a whole rotisserie chicken and cut it up into small pieces. So we got about 4 cups of that chicken here. Using some real bacon bits, or you could use real bacon if you'd like to. And we got approximately a half a cup of bacon bits here. I took 2 full green scallions and chopped them up into small pieces. Doesn't take a lot when you're using scallions. You're going to get a lot of flavor from that. So just that little bit will be good enough. And then we've got our chopped tomatoes here. About the same. You're looking at 1/4 cup of each one of those. Another one of the main ingredients is going to be a whole large avocado. And I cut it up into small kind of cube shaped pieces. That can get really messy. So make sure it's nice and cold if you can when you're cutting it. It'll cut a lot easier. If it's warm, then you're just going to get like a mushy mess. For the sauce that we're going to make to go over top of it, I guess to kind of hold everything together, we're going to use 1 pack of ranch dip. So you can use that Hidden Valley ranch, or I've just got, I think, one from our local HEB. But you just need 1 pack of that. Some cream cheese. You could use the light if you want to go a little bit lower on the calories. And then last but not least is going to be some sour cream. So we're going to start off by making the actual, I guess you could say, sauce that everything's going to go in. So let's get that started. I've got an extra little bowl here. Again, I like to keep things very quick, very easy, not a whole lot of work because we all are busy. We don't have a whole lot of time. So we're going to take a couple of spoonfuls here of the cream cheese. And then we're going to take 1 packet of the ranch. My hands are a little bit wet. Let me see. Let me get some scissors out for this. There we go. So we're just going to dump this in here. And I'm going to use the whole packet. But if you make a smaller amount, because this is a pretty decent amount, depending on what you're using it for. If you just want some for yourself, then of course you're probably not going to use quite as much chicken. The other option with the chicken while I'm doing this is you could in fact cook chicken, maybe like 4 chicken breasts and break that up. But this, I think I said, was a whole rotisserie chicken that we got from the grocery store. And we're going to put approximately 2.5 tablespoons of the sour cream. So we got the 2.5 tablespoons approximately of sour cream. We've got 2 tablespoons of the cream cheese and then 1 ranch dip packet. So I'm just going to kind of put this all together here and get it all mixed up. As soon as I'm finished with this, we'll come back and I'll show you the next steps. All right, so we got everything all mixed up for our sauce. So remember, this was the sour cream, the cream cheese, and the packet of the ranch dip or Hidden Valley Ranch, whichever one you choose to use. I did add just a little bit more of the sour cream and cream cheese than I originally said. So you just kind of have to play around with it depending on how much chicken you're going to use. But you want the consistency that is not runny, but it's not too thick either. So just want to show you that there. So now we're just going to kind of assemble everything together. Let me grab my bowl here. I'm going to start with, I'm going to do kind of like a layer. That way everything gets mixed in really well. So we're going to start with some chicken. Kind of get that all in the bottom there. About half of what we have. And then we'll go with about half of the bacon that we have. And the same with all the other ingredients. You don't have to do it this way. I just want to make sure that everything is very thoroughly mixed together. Save the avocado for the last. There we go, about half of those tomatoes. and then half of the avocado. Look how pretty that looks. So colorful. All right, then we're gonna do some of our mix here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this up. Now I'm just using a regular metal spoon, like a tablespoon, nothing really fancy. I just don't want everything to get smashed together. That's why I chose this spoon to use. But whenever I do something, especially the quick and easy, you can always make changes as you feel fit. This is just kind of like a guidance. So if you take a look, you can see how everything's all mixed together. And I'm going to do another layer, which is going to be our final layer. Again, we want this quick and easy. We don't want to take a lot of time on it. But at least you know when you get to the bottom of the bowl that you still have everything down there. You didn't put all of your sauce and all your good toppings right on the top. There's nothing worse than that. All right. Okay, and then we'll put the rest of our sauce here. Try to get it all out of the bowl. Good. So we're going to mix this up again. Smells delicious. Now I'm thinking, and I've never tried it obviously this way, but if you don't like ranch, I don't know a lot of people who don't, but there are, I'm sure, people who don't like ranch. You could probably take that out and just do the other ingredients because that'll get you that creaminess still without that ranch flavor. So if that's something that you want to do, you could always end up with it like that. All right, so I'm going to finish just mixing this up. We'll come back so that we can do my favorite part, which is the taste test. Okay, so now it's time for the finished product, and look at how delicious that looks. You can see everything in there. You got the avocado, you got the bacon, the tomatoes, the chicken, and you can't really see the green onions, but they're in there. You're gonna taste them. And that sauce that we made, it covered it all really well. I think the layering process is the best way to do it, in my opinion. That way you make sure everything is covered with the flavor. So I'm going to dish some out. I've got some little tortilla chips here. I'm going to dish some of it out, and now we're going to see how it tastes. So again, this is something good if you have an event coming up or just going to have a few people over. It's pretty hearty with all that chicken and bacon in there. So you can always take it to an event if you need to, or just make it for yourself like I did and eat it on the go for lunch, whatever works for you. So let's taste this. Oh my god. That is really good. Lots of flavor. You literally can taste everything that is in this dip. It tastes like I spent so much time on it, but you guys were with me, so you see that it didn't take me much time at all. And then the little tortillas, these are like the perfect size. And they have that little bit of salt on them too. So they pair really well together. But if you don't want the extra carbs from the chips, you could definitely just eat just this by itself. And again, you can make changes as far as low fat ingredients to go in it. Or maybe you don't want a sauce at all and you just want to pair the ingredients together. And then you would eat even less calories. So that would be good. But I'm Lakysha with What's Next, another quick and easy meal. And we'll see you next time.